Hey guys, this is Sparsh Iyer from the City Voice, and I just had the pleasure of interviewing someone very special to us over here at the City. Please welcome Mr. Huppert.
You got your office studio in your bedroom at home or what?
Yeah, this is my bedroom. This is where all the magic happens, so.
Well, thankfully you haven't needed to do a ton of online work like a couple of years ago, huh?
Oh, yeah, online. It was really something else. So, Mr. Huppert, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's good to see you. I appreciate you reaching out.
Yep. So, tell us, you are at Harvard right now. That is definitely a big accomplishment. You are taking a residential program, correct?
Yeah, it's called the Education Leadership Doctorate Program, or the Ed.L.D, and so essentially it's a doctorate of education leadership is what I'm pursuing, and it's a 3-year program, which is nice. Many doctoral programs are longer than that, and yeah, it's full time, so we're quite busy.
So, tell us a bit about the program. Like, what are the kind of things you do?
Yeah, so that's a good question. It's a variety. It's an interesting program in that there's only 25 of us. They pick 25 educators or leaders from around the country to participate each year. And the first year, we actually, most of it is coursework, but some of it is we do fellowships where we work with other leaders in area organizations, or in my case was working alongside a superintendent in the area. We also do some project-based things where we're implementing or designing projects to implement in area schools. And but yeah, the courses we take 5 courses a semester, and we take them all together. And then the second year, which I can't believe it's already been over half of a year. It's going kind of quick.
Yeah, it is very quick.
The second year, we design whatever coursework that we would like to take from any of the colleges or the schools across all of Harvard University. So whether that's the Harvard Business School or the law school, so, should you be interested in, say, entrepreneurial education, or a lot of the business school has some of the leadership coursework as well, which ties in to being an education leader. Or if you were, say, studying education policy, you could do that at the Kennedy School of Policy. So next year, I've started collecting a long list of the various professors who are known to, have awesome programs and coursework, and I have to put together what classes I'll be taking next year. The third year, we actually go into a residency, and so we don't take any courses, but we work to find a site, an organization who's willing to host one of us for it's really about a 10-month window of time, and we implement some leadership project that we design. And then it's called the capstone. And at the end of that third year, we have our defense, where you present your work and defend it, and then hopefully graduate and be a doctor.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot of work.
It is a lot. It is a lot. One of the beautiful things about this program is the 25 of us are in our cohort together, and we kind of step through the program, as a community. And so we're in all of our courses this whole first year together. So we're spending a lot of time together, and that's great because it's a very supportive community. Everybody's really focused on, the collective whole and the well-being of each one of us, so we can lean on each other and support each other as we go through it, and that's an awesome resource.
Have you made any good friends in your time at Harvard?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Folks within my cohort, like I said, we're on campus all day, every day, and in courses most of the day together. And then, sometimes it's evening or weekend events, and already building really great relationships. We've connected with the cohort who is ahead of us. And then, they're actually in their third year. And that's because last year Harvard didn't take any new students because of COVID. And so there's a gap, but they are, they kind of help to mentor us a bit and tell us what to look out for, give us some tips, because they've already been through the year that we're going through.
So you're saying a lot about like things you like about the program. Is there anything that you think could be changed about it?
Well, I will say no such thing as a perfect school, perfect program, or a perfect university. As much as it has awesome resources, obviously an outsized brand and reputation, definitely there's ways that it could improve. And so, we try to be constructively critical and be, leaning towards enhancing the program for those that come behind us. And the other interesting thing about working in the Harvard Graduate School of Education is like it in many colleges and universities, it doesn't receive the funding that say the business or the law school gets. It doesn't have as many resources as those colleges on the campus, and so we try not to compare, to say what the business school has, but that's the nature of education.
Let's talk about City. How was your time at City as its principal?
Oh, honestly, I was thinking about, you asking, probably going to ask something about that, and thinking about that the past couple of days, and I realized, I think about City and you guys every day. Not a day that goes by. Honestly, it's such a big part of my life, and such an amazing community to be a part of, both as as a principal, but also as a parent, and just so many friends and relationships that I got to make there. I miss being there for sure. Like I said, not a day goes by that I don't think about it. But I also know that, City will be a part of my life forever, right? Those relationships keep going, and that I am super thankful for. But when I look back, reflect on my time there, I'm just really proud of the work that we were all able to do together there, and I think back to it fondly, and I'm still learning from it. Even today, as we are exploring different concepts in education leadership, and I'm learning some of the best practices, and I can say, oh wow, I did, maybe this thing really well, but now I see maybe there's a better way to go about that. Still very much part of my journey, even though I'm not there in person.
Out of your entire time being City's principal, what was your highlight?
Oh wow, yeah, there was a lot of highlights. We had a lot of good stuff going on. Honestly, wow, I would say, winning the National Blue Ribbon School Award, that was unexpected and absolutely amazing. Achieving the level of achievement we did with the #1 ranking with U.S. News and World Report for high schools in Michigan, 2 years. We tied for #1 in the country for graduation rate. That was amazing. And then moving the overall rank of our national ranking up to 18. All those things, like those, it's really kind of a highlight reel. But honestly, aside from those things, I think on an even deeper and maybe more profoundly important layer to me are some of the things that we were able to accomplish. Giving students the opportunity to lead. Even things like the initial walkout that we had, against violence in schools. That was very powerful. Some of the assemblies that students led, such as Black History Month, our first assembly that was student-led, was really very powerful. And subsequent, implementing new coursework is something I really think back fondly about, like environmental systems and societies, adding, say, the film studies class. That was something that people were calling for a long time, is more options, more choice. And so that was really great to be able to do that as well.
What is next for you?
Honestly, I don't know for sure where it's going to take me. I think about a lot of different things. I think about coming back and maybe doing some leadership work, at the district level for a K-12 school system. I think about doing that in Michigan. I think about doing that maybe in some other part of the country. And then a lot of other things that don't occupy as much time in my mind as those two kind of areas do. And as we know, the path is winding. There's a good chance I end up doing neither of those things and end up, doing something somewhere else that I hadn't even thought of.
And lastly, what is some advice you can give us city students back at home?
That's a great question. I think two things come to mind. The first thing that I think of is relative to being at City. City really is a special place, and it's a lot of work. I know that it takes a lot of work to achieve there, but what we have going on there in terms of the community and the achievement and the commitment for kids to really take ownership of their own education and to really make the community their own. I think if people lean into that and know that they have an amazing opportunity there, there's really no limit to where a good education can take you. I think the second thing that I think of is that like myself, I never ever intended to come to Harvard. It never even seemed like a remote possibility. But because of really working hard and working, really hard at something that I was passionate about and fully committing myself to it, good things happened at City, and people took notice, and that's how I ended up here. And so I think it just goes to show, if you're really passionate about something, you love what you're doing, and you're working really hard at it, good things will happen. And it's hard to know what those things are, but you can be confident that good things will happen and follow that hard work.
Well, thank you so much. That was really good.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad
Of
you guys
course.
are thinking of me. Like I said, I think of City
Yeah.
every day and miss you guys. And I have to get the graduation date because hopefully I'll be able to be back in
Yeah.
town and would love to see the class, the 2023 walk.